Dear Commissioner, dear Ambassadors, distinguished Excellencies, I am a minister as I was announced of information slightly administration. Many people are asking me what is the connection between the both. I was asking the same question several years ago because I come from an IT background. I didn't realize the connection. But in the 21st century, nowadays, the core, the essence of the reforms of the administrations and of the institutions is actually the ICT. It only changes the administration. It changes the way we live. It changes our societies, our daily lives. And the sooner we accept the change, as countries, as institutions, it will be better for our citizens. The digital transformation, although is not easy, it's actually a very and quite expensive endeavor. It takes investments in infrastructure, but also in human resources. And the digital skills are something that we generally need to address here in the region. But finally, we have the awareness. Finally, we're all together, the Balkan countries, in joint efforts to do something more for our citizens. And besides all the political issues, besides all the history, besides all the bad blood, we have gathered here today, as we will in 1 month from now in Skopje, as we will 2 months from now again in Sofia, and as we will 3 months from now in London, to discuss that the Western Balkans, our countries are united in the digital transformation. That we have the will, we have the commitment, and the cooperation together to embrace the digital transformation. In many ways, we are prepared also to lead, and now for this, as different from the past, in a good way. Let me also use this occasion to thank our friends and colleagues from the government of Bulgaria. Bulgaria, since taking over the presidency of EU, has brought back the Western Balkans on the top of the EU's agenda. I'm extremely glad to see that one of the pillars of the new EU strategy for Western Balkans is the digitalization. We're closely aligned with the European Commission's agenda, with the policies of the 6 governments from the Western Balkans, and we're making joint efforts to improve the living standards of our citizens. And for this, innovation is of course the key. Innovation in the business sector can take many forms. Development of new products and processes, organizational innovations, and marketing innovations. Policies will especially support small and medium enterprises. This will be to upgrade innovation capacity of existing companies and support the creation of innovative businesses. The governments will have to take measures to facilitate loans and financing of innovative companies through capital raising as well. Innovation and entrepreneurship in ICT are recognized as the primary means for job creation and economic development in Macedonia. And I'm glad to see that this is the case in the other Western Balkan countries. We are here today in this extraordinary establishment, and I'm also glad to announce that our ministry in Macedonia will soon launch the first state-funded Science and Technology Park in Skopje as well before the end of this year. The Science and Technology Park will be the subject for providing infrastructural and financial support for the innovation activities. We want to create a totally entirely new ecosystem to make our countries the next ICT destination in the world. The establishment of this modern facility, it will have the aim to strengthen the competitiveness of our industries, but also to encourage development of new sectors. The main activities, of course, will be aimed to research and development-oriented companies, but also to students, to PhD students, and to all research staff at universities. In the economic growth plan of Macedonia, this also is one of the main pillars, and this is how we see we can grow the fastest. But as I already said, the innovation has also found ways to modernize and to change our administrations as well. We have launched the single national register of the administration, so in order to put every piece of legal proposal that we have in front of the citizens for 20 days before it goes through the governmental procedure. It is one of the examples how we can actually have more communication, to have more transparent procedures with our society and with our citizens, with the usage of the information and communication technologies. And brings me to my another point, the transparency. The transparency is the key, because there is no economic measure, no tax reform or administration reform that can improve the business environment in any country as the transparency of the institutions. We see the benefits of the transparency and how it actually grows business. And let me be very sincere though. One of the major obstacles of any business in any country is the corruption. And we see the digitalization as the main mechanism how we can fight corruption. The automation and the digitization of the processes can actually significantly reduce the possibilities for corruption. We can also use the digitization in this region that significantly has big infrastructural gaps to bridge these gaps. With the digital transformation, we can actually bring the institutions and the processes closer to the people. And this is where we see the cooperation with the business sector, with the chambers of commerce, where we can actually invest together so to have joint benefits. The key factor again is the strong will and the determination of the key stakeholders, along with the strong support we receive from our partners from the European Union and from the United States. We have been witnessing similar initiatives with the Trieste Summit, and together with the Western Balkan 6 Prime Ministers, we are prepared a proposal for a joint approach for further economic cooperation in our countries. And there are many other things to discuss. I'm also proud to say that Skopje, Macedonia will host the first ever digital summit of the Western Balkan countries on 18th and 19th of April this year, and I invite you all to come and join us in the discussion. Well, we will be discussing the issues of no roaming fees for the Western Balkan citizens. We will be discussing the mutual recognition of the digital certificates among the Western Balkan countries, where we'll be discussing the increase of digital skills and, of course, the joint cybersecurity strategy. Let me finish with one African proverb. It says, if you want to go fast, you go alone. But if you want to go far, you go together. And I have to say I don't like this proverb. I want to change it, and I want to say if we want to go fast and far, let's go together. Thank you.